Yo, it is raining so hard. Damn. Did you like those little slow motion shots that I added? Come on. I deserve some praise for that, right? What's up, internet? Welcome to Weirdo Reviews. I'm Jonathan Sim, your favorite movie weirdo, and it is time for a review. The Secret Life of Pets 2 is an animated family comedy written by Brian Lynch and directed by Chris Renaud. This movie is a sequel to the 2016 film The Secret Life of Pets, and at this point in the review, usually this is what I do. I start, just telling you the basic premise of the movie. Just just a little rundown of what the basic story is about. I'm not going to do that today. You know why I'm not going to do that today? It's because I physically can't do it. I honestly haven't decided, does The Secret Life of Pets have too much story or too little story? I can't figure it out. This movie does not have a central conflict, alright? I'm just going to throw that out there. This movie has no central conflict. Nothing for, the main characters, Max, to just overcome. Nothing of any of that kind of nature. It has no main conflict. What you get instead is 3 separate storylines. One of them involves Max just on a farm. Max and Duke, they're just on a farm. That's pretty much all they do. They just sit around in the farm. Sometimes they get chased by some of the animals. Sometimes, Harrison Ford's character, Rooster, just, talks to Max. And, Max just kind of learns how to be brave or something. I don't fucking get what the point of all of that was. There was nothing really that happened on the farm that really got me interested. There was no real problems that Max needed to face and something that he needed to overcome. The next storyline involves Snowball and this new character named Daisy, and basically they go to this circus to try to rescue this tiger who's getting abused at the circus. And then they have to just find a place to put it. Yeah, that's actually in this movie. And the third storyline involves Gidget, the little white dog. She basically has this ball. She's watching a ball for Max. Because Max is away. He needs somebody to watch his ball. And it's this little bumblebee ball. And basically she loses it. She loses the ball in some cat lady's house. And she needs to get it back. This movie does not have any main story. I mean, basically the last 20 minutes of this movie are just it's a last-ditch attempt to bring all of the storylines together or something. And I can kind of appreciate that they did that, but honestly, they kind of ripped off Paddington 2 at the same time. Just saying. Now here's the thing. I didn't really know what to expect from this movie because honestly, I don't think anyone watched the original Secret Life of Pets and they thought, wow, this is the greatest animated movie ever made. It has so much depth, so many interesting characters, so much amazing craft is shown in The Secret Life of Pets. I don't think anyone actually felt that way about the first one. And The Secret Life of Pets 2 is a sequel. It's a sequel. It's a chance for them to basically do what the first one didn't. They had every chance to improve off of the original. Just make these characters more interesting. All of the boring supporting characters that you had in the first one, make it more interesting. The plot, which was basically an exact rip-off of Toy Story, make it more interesting. But no, that's not what they did. You know what they did? They basically did this giant half-assed sequel that has very little charm, very, very little good comedy. Now let's get to that. The comedy. There were kids in my theater. They were not laughing at the comedy. They were not laughing at the jokes. The jokes are not funny. I was watching The Secret Life of Pets 2 and I was coming up with jokes on the spot that were just better than any of the jokes I watched in the movie. The comedic timing in this movie is really, really bad. Because there are so many times where you feel like they could just make a joke last a little bit longer. They could take something and they could just make it play out a little bit longer, and that would just make it so much funnier. But they don't. They just make it all go by really, really fast. This is a really short movie. Thank God. It's like 86 minutes, like an hour and 26 minutes. Like, it's very, very short. It's blessedly brief, honestly, because, like, I don't know if I could handle that much movie with no story. And here's the thing. I have a little secret. I have a secret to tell you. Alright, you ready for this? You ready? I am not a fan of Illumination Entertainment. I am not a fan. I don't think that they make quality movies. Can anyone disagree with me on that? Because, like, if there's a single person out there who says, wow, I love Illumination movies, you know what? They're really much better than all of the shit that Pixar makes. Pixar makes shitty movies. Illumination makes fantastic entertainment. If you think that, kindly get the fuck off my channel. What is wrong with you? God damn it! Motherfucker! No. Just hear me out. Hear me out. Pixar makes movies for families, just families. So children enjoy Pixar movies and adults enjoy Pixar movies. Illumination makes children's entertainment. Solely children's entertainment. There is nothing in The Secret Life of Pets 2 that can appeal to adults. There are no themes about loss or anything the way Up had. There's nothing like that. No characters that you feel really attached to. Characters that you want to see win. Characters that you want to see lose. There's none of that. None of that. This is just a movie where things happen. You know what this movie reminded me of? It reminded me of, like, you know how, like, you know, sometimes, you know, kids watch those, like, cartoons, like SpongeBob, which is, like, just these tiny little 11-minute segments, just, like, you know, you have two, put them all in a half-hour segment. Just these short little episodes. This movie felt like if you had all of those episodes, like, just 3 little episodes, and you just had them playing all at the same time. Just, like, spliced together, put all in the same little movie. And that sucks. It sucks because this movie doesn't have any, like, real story to it. Now, in the first Secret Life of Pets, they really explored the relationship between Max and Duke. You know, the first one was basically just, like, them learning how to become friends over the course of a single day. It had some charm to it. It wasn't a great movie by any means, but, like, it had something going for it. This movie, though, that gets thrown out the window, okay? Their relationship is not explored any further. These characters, Max and Duke, don't go anywhere with their relationship. In fact, I swear to God, you could take Duke out of this movie and it would not make a single difference. Duke does not do a damn thing in this movie. He does nothing. At this point, Max and Duke, they're just friends. That's all they are. They don't have anything that's, like, really special about them. Duke is just, like, you know, Max's friend, like, hi, Max, I'm your friend, and I will always be, you know, your friend. Their friendship does not get explored anymore. It doesn't get developed any more than it was at the end of the first Secret Life of Pets. And because of that, Duke is completely disposable in this movie. You could take Duke out of the movie and it would not make a single difference to the plot. Max and Duke have virtually no character moments, no scenes where they really talk to each other. They talk to each other and they learn even more about their characters. Here's the thing. Toy Story, like, we had this, basically the same thing, you know, Woody and Buzz, you know, they learned about each other, they learned to like each other over the course of the first Toy Story. And Toy Story 2, they built on that relationship with Buzz just wanting to do anything that he can to save Woody, and him just wanting to tell Woody, like, you know, yo, you are a toy, and you need to be there for Andy, and, like, Woody just, like, no, I don't want to, like, I want to be different. That's good character. That is some very good character building right there. This movie has 0 of that. Max is as plain of a protagonist as you can get. He doesn't really do anything that's that interesting. He's just a dog. He doesn't have that much personality to him. He just like, I'm Max, and I love my owner, and that's it! But what about the supporting characters, the other characters? The ones that were just really uninteresting in the first Secret Life of Pets? How were they built on in this movie, the sequel? They had 80 minutes to just develop these characters a little bit more. Do they? No, they don't. They do not. They do not. It's so sad. It's genuinely disappointing. These characters have nothing interesting about them, and I mean nothing. Nothing that really makes us remember them. Toy Story, it has a lot of good characters, like Ham, Rex, Slinky. They all have their own personalities that make them, them. This movie, none of that. None of the supporting characters are interesting. None of the main characters are interesting. Nothing is interesting. This movie, it's not good. This is not a good movie. And it's like the first few minutes of this movie, like, basically Max's owner, Katie, she has a baby now. She gave birth, now she has a baby. And basically we have this monologue that's where Max is just talking about, like, I wasn't a fan of babies. I didn't really like babies, but now I actually really like them. Like, because my owner had this baby, and this baby is like really cute, and like, it's growing up. He's a child now. I'm actually really starting to like babies. That's the kind of character growth that I want to see. But like, no, this movie just yada yadas over that part. It just blows over Max's character growth. And instead, what we have in this movie is Max just like kind of learning how to be more brave. What? When in this entire series has Max been portrayed as a pussy? That was the weakest attempt at a character arc that I've ever seen. This movie has a message. I don't remember what the message is, but I don't think anyone really remembers what the message is. I don't think anyone remembers anything from this movie after like half an hour of watching it. Like, oh, fuck. Now, like, here's the thing. This movie is not like the worst. It's not like this movie is just like, harmful to anybody. And if your kids want to see this movie for like the cute little talking animals, bring them to this movie. But if you're only going to take them to one movie this month, you should probably make it Toy Story 4. I mean, I haven't seen it, but it looks significantly better than this movie. So let's recap, okay? And I'm actually going to talk a little bit more positively. This movie has 3 storylines. Your kids will enjoy them. They are cute little stories that are just like, they're enjoyable to some people. And at the end, there's this big, action finale that's just like, it's kind of average. It's something that we've definitely seen before. Paddington 2, once again, much better movie. And kids might not find this movie too funny just because, like, they're really subtle with all of the jokes in this movie. Like, it can be hard to tell when a moment is supposed to be funny and the audience is supposed to be laughing. This movie has characters. They're not the most interesting characters. They're not like the fucking Toy Story characters. But they're characters, and they exist, and they move everything forward. They move the story forward. There's just like, they have some good moments. This movie has a villain, which I wasn't expecting, but there is a villain in this movie. One of the most mustache twirling, just obvious bad guy villains ever, who just like, he barely does anything to make us actually hate him and want to see him defeated. You know, in the age of movies like Up and Toy Story and Into the Spider-Verse, it's just really fucking sad that we're getting shitty animated movies like this. And I don't really know how I'm gonna give this movie a grade, because like, this movie is a pretty shitty movie. If you're gonna watch this movie, just bring your kids to see it. Like, you don't go to this movie on your own, because this movie doesn't have any sort of entertainment value for adults. It's a very, very childish movie. But this movie's not made for me. It's not made for smart people. It's not made for adults. It's made for kids. Just an hour and a half of entertainment to just, like, you know, satisfy your kids and make them shut up for a little bit. Like, that's all this movie is. And I was not a fan. I'm gonna give The Secret Life of Pets 2 a 6 out of 10. Now, I just want to clarify something. I want to clarify something. A 6 out of 10 is a C-. That's not good. A C- is never good. If your kid comes home and he got a C- on his test, you beat the shit out of that kid, alright? I'm kidding. Don't beat your kids. 6 out of 10 is like, that means it's on the lower end of the spectrum of all the movies I watched. It's like, it's on the lower end. This movie's not as good as the first Secret Life of Pets, because the first Secret Life of Pets had a story. This movie is just all over the place. Anyways, that is my review of The Secret Life of Pets 2. I'm going to be releasing a few more reviews in the future. Toy Story 4, definitely going to see that. And the reason why you're not going to get an X-Men Dark Phoenix review anytime soon is just because I'm watching all of the X-Men movies leading up to Dark Phoenix. So, like, you're not going to get one until, like, after I watch Dark Phoenix. But, like, I'm in no hurry to see Dark Phoenix. I mean, like, although critics are saying that it is a masterpiece. But anyways, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to see more reviews in the future, please subscribe. And as always, stay weird.
Buckle up, everyone!
You want to join me?